Alright, Shalom, Shalom. This is your brother Issachar coming back at you with another lesson. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Bakwah. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the 144,000 scattered across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you. Alright, today's lesson we're going to go into the I.C.B.Ms, or part of our prophecy, part 2. So we're going to, dive into Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 3. And then, we'll go around in this chapter, and then we'll go to Jeremiah 51. Then we'll just see where the Spirit leads from there. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 3. So remember, this is all about the prophecy, the nuclear missiles being launched off, that they're a part of the Lord's plagues and judgment. That these I.C.B.Ms ain't no light thing. They play a heavy role in judgment. So, just know that these missiles will be shot off. They play a big role in prophecy and judgment. And they're part of these plagues. It's not like just, they just so happen to build them, just because. No, these I.C.B.Ms are written about all throughout the scriptures. All throughout the scriptures, all throughout the Bible. So this is another clear token, another evident token, some more concrete proofs to let you know that these leaders, they're not in control. They're not doing their own thing. These militaries are not doing their own thing. The Lord controls everybody on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. Facts. Alright, because it's all written down right here, thousands of years ago. So that is another evident token that these leaders are not doing their own thing. Yep, they're all on the Lord's program. This is the Lord's movie. It's His thing. See? Yeah, because no one can resist His will. You can't. Alright? Verse 3. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 3. For out of the north cometh a nation against her. Specifically talking about Russia. Her is talking about America. Alright? So if somebody, there were some scoffers out there that says, oh, hey, where does it say that America's in the Bible? Shit, where should we start? Okay, you're all throughout the Old Testament, the New Testament. Okay, everybody spoke about America. Okay, all right. Ezekiel, Jeremiah, Isaiah, Revelation. Okay, Habakkuk, Ezra, John the Revelator. The list goes on and on and on and on. Okay, Nahum. Alright, man. For out of the north, the Russians cometh a nation against her. The Russians against America. Alright? Which shall make her land desolate. See? By the I.C.B.Ms, desolate means flat. And none shall dwell therein. Right, because there's going to be no survivors. If you're not part of the elect, it doesn't say, oh, the inhabitants that live underground in these expensive underground cities, these deep underground military bases, that, there's going to be no inhabitant except those that, are underground, hiding, except the rich, because they're lucky because they're protected by their underground cities, by their androids, by their retarded clones. See? No, if you're in America, doesn't matter if you're in an underground retreat, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're part of a team, doesn't matter if you're rich, you will die. Okay, remember that. If you're not part of the elect in America, you're out of there. Yep. And none shall dwell therein. Right, because the Lord is gonna leave America as an example, Babylon. All right, because He's gonna destroy this place so bad. He's gonna make an example out of America. This is what happens when you go against the Lord. All right. Yeah. They shall remove. They shall depart, both man and beast. Yeah, because even the animals are gonna go too. You know. Yeah. Even the animals that are here are gonna be destroyed by that nuclear fire too. Verse 4, in those days and in that time, said the Lord, Yahweh Shai, the children of Israel, okay, the northern kingdom shall come, they and the children of Judah, the southern kingdom, so the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, they and the children of Judah together. See? Because this is why too you have because it's still not all the way right yet, but you have a lot of the north, the so-called Hispanics, okay, women and men, they're hooking, they're in relationship now with the south, okay. So now you have the north and the south, getting together, having relationships and having children. See, because we had that back when Judah intermingled with like Gad, but now these relationships are like that because the tribes are getting back together again. The north with the south with the north. Okay. And they have beautiful children. Those kingdoms come together and have children. That's why you'll see a lot too. And just like, let's say, Friends. Because remember, like back in the 70s and the 80s, there wasn't too much intermingle. The so-called Latinos would hang out with the so-called Latinos, and the so-called blacks would hang out with the so-called blacks. Yeah, you might have had a few in there, but now you have you see a lot of you see the tribes getting along. Not a lot of them, but they're starting to come around. All right, see, because the tribes are the Lord is gathering back His children. We're coming back together as as a people. Right now it's going to be the elect only, but this is why you see those things. Okay, little by little. All right, little by little, little by little. All right. Going and weeping, they shall go and seek the Lord. Yahweh Shai. Right, because right here, people are, our people are awakening. There's not many Israelites out there that have the 100% truth, but the Israelites are awakening up to who they are. The children of Israel are waking up. See? And are seeking the Lord, because the Lord has returned back unto His people, but only the elect. All right? And He sent His prophets out there. So now the whole world is getting the message on who the Lord is truly for. Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. Right here. Okay? Very important. For lo, so the Lord is doing it. I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon, America, an assembly of great nations. Russia, China, North Korea, Iran. See, the Lord's doing it. The Lord, he's using them he's gonna use them to destroy America. All right, yeah. So that's why you hear about sleeper cells in America, and oh, what's going on? There's UN troops here. What the hell? There's Chinese and Russians here. Yeah, but is anyone stopping it? No, because it's the will of the Lord. Yep. And that invasion will happen, and the Lord's gonna make sure. The American military will do something about it, but they're not gonna stop it because it's the will of the Lord. It goes higher. This goes higher than the elites. This goes higher than just the Illuminati, the Freemasons. The Lord is doing this, so ain't no one gonna stop it. Ain't no one gonna stop this. Okay, people may hear about it, but this is why the majority of the sleeper cells here and foreign troops, they're protected because they are the sword of the Lord, but on the left hand side. All right, that's why sometimes you may get a few sleeper cells here and there. They get caught up, but the majority of people are here and they're cool. Why is that? Because meaning not like cool, like they're cool people, just that they're cool, meaning like they're not being arrested, because the Lord has them stationed here to overthrow America. Remember, it's not just the elites, trying to bring the New World Order. It's bigger than that. It's the will of the Lord. Because remember, America is failing already right now as we speak, and they will go down. All right, this is why these things are happening. See? All right, because people hear about it like, oh yeah, there's sleeper cells here, stuff like that. But is anyone stopping it? No. People are getting prepared, but who's stopping them? Nobody. See? It's the will of the Lord. It's just the way it is. And from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her, because they're coming against America. Make no mistake. It doesn't matter what Trump says. Oh yeah, my relationship with Putin is fine, and I know Kim Jong-un better than anybody. Like yeah, right. They're all against America. 100%, 100%. Make no mistake. All right. From thence shall she be taken. Right, an invasion. Because there's sleeper cells here, and they're also going to invade this place. It's going to go down. It's going to go down. They're going to hit this place so hard. Man. Real hard. Really, really hard. Okay, because this is why now you even got people like generals and the American military, they're complaining about Trump. See? Because they're like, hey, Trump's talking to, these American generals are like, hey, man, Trump's just talking shit, Yes, because does he really care about you? So why would he say, like, oh, if I don't like him, I'm going to fire him on the spot? Like, just, like, damn, man. You're not even cool with your own generals? I mean, shit. Just if they make one mistake, that's it, they're gone. See? That's why people are starting to smell the coffee. Like, hey, these leaders, these politicians, they're not for America. Because, like, how come they're not even trying to give us a chance? They're just trying to fire everybody. FBI, federal agents, everybody. Like, fuck everybody. See? Because they're not for the American people. Why would he just go on TV like that and blasting the generals? Just like, okay, well, we're going to just make sure that we're strict on them. That's different, But just like, well, if I don't like him, I'm just going to fire everybody. Fuck everybody. Like, all right, yeah, fuck everybody, Fuck your own people, see? Because he doesn't. So why is he doing that? You don't got to scratch your head. It's because he don't care. He sold the American people out. It's that simple. It's that simple. It's that simple. All right, you still got to scratch your head. Like, I don't know, Listen. Okay, he's full satanic. All right, he's on the left-hand side and he works for the elites. All right, 100%, 100%. This is why people are like, hey, man, what the hell? Trump ain't cool. Like, why are you talking about crap about the generals? He does not care about the American people. If you don't care about the American military, what do you think he cares about the people? You're supposed to take care of your military, not just, talk shit about them right there and put them on blast when, they're trying hard and sacrificing their lives, time, and energy just to serve this corporation, which the leaders lied to them and said that it's a country, See? But people are starting to wake up and smell the coffee like, hey, what the hell? Like, hey, these Like, hey, Trump, he ain't that cool. Like, he ain't cool. You know, it's what the Lord's telling you through his prophets. These leaders, they sold the American people out, and you guys are gonna find that out. This is why there's gonna be a major civil war, because it's gonna go down out here, like the movie Civil War, because people are gonna find out, like, damn, hey, these leaders actually sold us out. Okay, they're the ones. These leaders, you know, the Biden administration, they did a whole lot. Okay, they put in mad work for the left-hand side, for the New World Order. They're the ones supporting those sleeper cells. They're the ones allowing those sleeper cells coming through the border. They did a lot of damage to America. A lot, man. Let's just put it like that. A whole lot. More than the typical American citizen even knows. All right? Yeah, to see, people may make fun of Biden and like, oh, Kamala's stupid, she don't know nothing. Oh, Biden, look at how he can't even walk, he's old and crippled. All right, yeah, they may look stupid at people, but they did a lot of damage. Okay, because now the American people are completely fucked. Okay, there's so many sleeper cells here, immigrants, draconian laws, legislative and executive orders that is being signed. Hey, remember, that's why they're called devils, because they're deceivers. They look like, oh, hey, look, they're stupid, they can't do nothing. Shit. Okay? The American people are completely surrounded. Are completely surrounded. You know? And they're gonna have no choice but to fight for their lives real soon. So remember, Kamala Harris and Biden, they may look like, oh yeah, all these dudes ain't no good. Yeah, they may not look good to the naked eye, but the Biden administration, they were getting a lot of these laws passed for the New World Order. All right, bringing in these guillotines, sleeper cells. Oh yeah, they did a lot. They did a whole lot that people don't know about. Yup. And now you guys, the world is gonna start to see the effects. Oh yeah, because they got all these laws signed. They got them signed. So it don't matter if people say, oh, this is not right, you can't do that. It's the law, baby. Yup. Yo, yeah. Major civil war is gonna happen out here. See, because right now the generals are just saying, you guys are just complaining. But wait till they start, taking your wives, taking your children, chopping their heads off. Yeah, American citizens, Whitey versus Whitey. It's not just the immigrants. Okay, the New World Order, they're coming after the so-called white men and white women, the American people as well. They're coming after the American citizen next. Yeah, yep. So right now, people are barely starting to, recognize like, hey, this ain't right. But just wait till they actually start putting bullets through people's skulls. Start actually gunning down children. Then it's gonna be like, hey, what the hell, It's gonna be a massive civil war. And not to go too much off topic, because I want to stay focused on the missiles. But yeah, make no mistake. Remember, because America's not just like Afghanistan, Iraq. It's America. The strongest military in the world. Imagine America fighting against America. It's gonna go down. You got major teams on both sides. You got major killers on both sides. Yeah. Just look at, Navy SEALs, Marines and all that, See? So imagine them turning against each other. CIA, FBI, everybody. It's gonna be a major bloodbath out here. Cause look at all these teams, spies. Yeah, come on, America has money. Yeah, they may be in debt with the elites, but they got money. So there's nothing but teams out here, rockets, robots. It's about to go down. It's about to go down out here. You got people prepping, Yeah. Everybody and their mother has a gun or a shotgun. Yeah, it's gonna be a gun show out here. When things actually shut down and people, finally realize, what's really happening. Oh, it's gonna go down out here in a major way. All right. For then shall she be taken, America, because America will be invaded and these sleeper cells will be activated. Their arrows shall be of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. So why are none going to return? Because you do have some I.C.B.Ms that that are guided. You know, they can control them. You know what I'm saying? So something about that is that you know, once they're guided, okay, remember the angels are gonna grab those, because you do have a few missiles that are that that are, you know, what they call them, like guided or something like that. Okay, so with that being said, so that is what separates, you know, America from the rest of the world. You know, because America is not your typical, third world country. You know, America is powerful, man. You kidding me? You know, there's all kinds of teams here. You know, I mean, you got everybody here. Not only that, you got New World Order police out here. You got teams out here that are not even on the map. You know, you got the EU out here. You got NATO out here. People from the UK. Yeah, there's a lot of people out here. You know, people that are gonna push for the elites, the New World Order, and their puppets. You know, you got a lot of people out here. Super soldiers, clones. The clones are major. You know. Big time. The clones are major, because people, that right there, it's just my opinion, you know, they're gonna be real effective, because imagine you don't even know that's an enemy, because you may think that, oh yeah, that's one of my family members, that's somebody in my team, but that's a clone, and you don't even know. That's how good they are, you know. Yeah, technology on the left hand side, they have stuff like that. You know, because they eat and they bleed. They do everything. It's not like a clone that looks all like stupid, like all clay, like, oh, hey, like that's not a person, like that's a robot. No, they have clones out here that are artificially, born. Yeah, you know, so they do everything. You know, you can't even tell the difference. Imagine, but when they activate them, they're gonna do a lot of damage. Yep. And they're very real, you know, and they're everywhere. They're everywhere. This is why, and the book of Daniel tells us that the angels are going to have to stand up to help the righteous, because the left-hand side has technology like that. It's very real. Very real. See? All right, so let's go to... let me just go to Revelation chapter 9. Just kind of, focus on the missile here. Okay, Revelation chapter 9 verse 9. And they had breastplates, as it were breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings. Slaki, bear with me. Oh yeah, Revelation chapter 9 verse 9 on down. And they had breastplates, as it were breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots, of many horses running to the battle. Okay, talking about the missiles, the I.C.B.Ms. Verse 10, and they had tails like unto scorpions,